What's good, y'all? It's your girl, Anya Gray, aka the Yoni Goddess, aka the Fluffy Barbie. And thank you so much. If you are new to this channel, welcome. If you are a part of the Yoni Goddess gang and have been here since I started, welcome back. Okay, so before I get into this video, make sure you smash that subscribe button, turn on my post notifications, and make sure that you are tuning in for my latest upload. It's actually my birthday today, my solar return. I have taken 27 trips around the sun. Thank goddess, because it ain't been easy. So what I'm doing basically right now is kind of like a introductory video slash get ready with me slash hair tutorial. Basically, I'm doing my hair on camera. My birthday hair for my birthday dinner that me and my brother are having today. I am a twin, if you guys don't know. Through this YouTube journey, you guys are going to be getting to know me so much better. So without further ado, let's get it going. Okay, so the style I am doing is the wet look. Now the wet look has become one of my like go-to looks when I'm trying to be fancy, you know what I'm saying? So I have my hair already in plaits, and child, I'm talking about doing a wet look, and my gel is all the way over there on my damn nightstand. I'm gonna get that in a minute, but basically I co-washed my hair last night and detangled so I could make this process as fast and as easy for myself as possible. I don't know if you really see my hair color, but I had colored my hair right in the beginning of the month, and this lighting doesn't really do it any justice, but I did dye it. I dyed it red. I combined two different reds, and you know how red bleeds and eventually fades, which is cool because it is what it is. I had the dye and I decided to just use it, but I don't know. I may use some semi-permanent dye to brighten it up a bit in the future, but that's getting off track to what it is exactly doing. So I wanted to make this video to kind of, you know, give an introductory to people who are new to the Yoni Goddess gang and people who are, you know, gods and goddesses of the gang, period. So for those of you, some of you are here because of tarot, because that is my tarot platform, which is the Yoni Goddess. This is just introducing, you know, not only myself to you all, but basically what this channel is going to be about, explaining the different niches that I have, and basically the type of direction that I want this channel to go into. So as I said before, some of you are here because of tarot. And say, where the fuck's my water? Okay, before I get into that, these are my products of choice for the wet look. Basically, I have my water, my spray bottle. I have the cream of choice, which is the blueberry and coconut hair milk by Curls. I love this hair milk. This was the first time I bought it, was actually the last time I did the wet look, which I may insert that somewhere in here. The last time I did the wet look was when I went to one of my high school friends' weddings. I believe the wedding was in October. That was the last time I did this look, I believe. No, I lied. The last time I did this look was when it was when I went to it. I'm on your mind. I make you come. Look, don't run. I don't have the time. That motherfucker, she ain't walking out. She ain't walking out. Let's make a movie in this bitch. That's the last time I wore the wet look, so I'll probably insert that here of my results. But yeah, this time I'm going to be, I don't know if I used this last time. I may have, but anyway. So basically what you do before I get into more talking is you wet your hair, you put in your cream of choice. You know, you got to make sure it's a cream that's heavy enough to weigh down your hair, because the key to this hairstyle is to make sure that your hair is as weighed down and as wet as possible, because that's the only way this shit is going to stay sleek and defined. So I, you know, put my cream in. Yeah, make sure it's detangled. This is my first time doing it with my hair already pre-detangled. So hopefully this will make the process faster because I have so much my other shit to do. Like my damn nails and then my makeup. So, and I got a shower too. So all that shit. But this is my gel of choice. The Extreme Wetline Gel. Okay, and this stuff is no joke. Okay, so basically after I put in the cream, I apply the gel. Now my hair is low porosity, so I don't need as much product as somebody who may have, you know, higher porosity hair, or somebody who may have denser hair. So all I basically do is add those two products in, and then I make sure I detangle and smooth the hair down like that. And I'm using my Denman brush, of course. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the process of this hairstyle. So now that I've shown you exactly what it is I do, and you know, eventually that's gonna, you know, curl and define and just be nice and shit, okay? So I was trying to do this as early as possible so my hair can actually be dry by the actual dinner. Right now it is what, 3 o'clock, and dinner is at 7:45. So I think I'm making good time. But anyhow, back to the reason for the video. So basically when I started this page, I started just by posting tarot because tarot was pretty much all I was putting my energy in for the past few months. And to be honest, I was more unhappy than anything because I didn't feel fulfilled. I was pretty much, you know, pouring into this one aspect of me when I have all these other parts of me that I wasn't really, you know, showing the world. And it was really depleting me more than anything. And I was overextending my energy to people who honestly, not all of my, because listen, if you gang, if you soul tribe, you know this doesn't apply to you. But certain people really feel like you owe them you something, like you owe them your whole life, your time, your energy, and your effort 24/7. Like they don't think that you have other talents, other hobbies, other loves, other obligations, family. Hell, they expect you to be available to them 24/7, and I was over that. I lost the love that I had for tarot. And I lost also the reason and the purpose as to why I picked up the tarot in the first place, which is something I'm probably going to address in a different video. But I will definitely make a separate video of what got me into tarot, because my tarot anniversary actually just passed as well, which is ironic that it's 5 days before my solar return. But yeah, this officially December 10th, 2021 marks a year since I got my first tarot deck. And I still love tarot. I'm still going to be pulling tarot, but I'm not going to be depriving the other parts of me anymore. So it was a decision that I made. I meditated on it, I prayed on it, and it became clear to me that I need to make this channel about what is important to me and showcasing all of my talents and not just one. So yeah. So now that I have pretty much let y'all know what it is in this hole, okay, I'm gonna now move on to what these niches are and explain them more into detail so it makes more sense. But yeah, basically if you guys see the process, I'm just making sure I apply the products and apply as much as you feel like is needed to make sure that your hair is weighed down and as smooth and as sleek as possible, because that is the goal. And as y'all can see, long hair don't care. That's the thing about having hair that's curly and healthy. The shrinkage is real, so I guarantee you by the time this shit dries fully, it's going to be like here at my neck. But y'all see the hang time. I need it trimmed though. Ugh. All right, so I'm now starting on section 2 of my hair and section 2 of this video, which is niche number 1. So my first niche is self-love. So the reason why I chose self-love as one of my niches is because self-love has been a journey and a battle that I've been going through for a long time. And we don't promote self-love and self-care enough. So through this channel, I'm definitely going to show, not only talk about different forms of self-love and self-care, but show the different things I do for self-love and self-care. Like, for example, doing my hair is definitely a self-care and a self-love ritual that I didn't realize was a ritual until I was much older. Especially, I didn't realize it until I went natural. Just put a little bit more. Gotta make sure that shit stays, ho. Okay, but it wasn't something I realized was a self-care ritual until I got to a certain age and really understood what self-love and self-care actually was. Because when you love yourself, when you truly love the person you are, you pour into yourself. You are attentive to yourself. And you do things that your body not only that you love, but you do things that you need. Self-love is the biggest form of love besides the love of God. But it's also one of the biggest disciplines that you have, because self-love also means doing things you don't want to do. That's just the fucking truth of the matter. So there's a lot of things I had to move on from, let go of, release, do in moderation, out of self-love. Like, for example, to me, self-love is in the form of nourishing my temple, eating things that, are good for me and are not abusive to my body. Now, I will probably address this in another video, but I'm pretty sure as I lift my arms, some of y'all may see these dark marks and these scars. So that is a condition that I have, and it's hereditary, and it's called hidradenitis suppurativa. I'm definitely going to talk more about that in a different video, but basically it's a inflammatory condition where if you eat certain things like dairy, products that are high in fat, high in sugar, things that are who are heavily processed, fast foods and things of that nature. I even had to give up smoking. And anybody who knew me back in the day, especially in my college days, know I used to blow down. And it is what it is. Now I use edible substances because, listen, your girl had to make a decision. It's either you enjoy this temporary high or you continue to tear up your skin. Like, that's what it is. Yes, self-love is the best love. And also self-love can be, not just hair, but it can be like doing your hair into a ritual could be one form of self-love. Self-love could also be speaking positive affirmations, changing the way you speak to yourself, the way that you think about yourself. Self-love could be cutting off that friend who you found out was a foe. Blocking that asshole who makes you feel like you have to jump through hoops to get his or her they's love and attention. This is the type of things I want to, promote at this time, because these are things that I had to learn and I'm still learning and I'm still, going through, because just because I talk about it in my tarot readings or anything like that doesn't mean that I don't struggle, and doesn't mean that I don't have my moments. So that's why I felt like it's important to utilize this platform to not only talk about it, but to be about it, to show you guys that it doesn't happen overnight. Even though I have a lot of knowledge, that doesn't mean I know everything, nor does it mean that I have everything together. So it's about showing the human side of the Only Goddess, the human side of Anya Gray, the human side of the Fluffy Barbie, excuse me, Like, I'm the only goddess, I'm the fluffy Barbie as well. Like, those are my, like, alter egos. Those are parts of me. But I don't just want to show those parts of me. I want to show Anya Gray to the core. So you guys can see me and know me and understand me for who I am. And hopefully, you know, as we go on this journey together, the soul tribe that I attract will relate. Okay? So that is niche number 1, self-love. And I feel like self-love is also doing things that you love, like showcasing your hobbies and your talents. Like I said, I do more than just tarot. I am a singer. I am a songwriter. I am an actress. I am a poetess. You know, like, there's so many other talents that I have kept to myself due to lack of self-love and lack of self-confidence. And I am no longer putting those things on the back burner out of fear, out of lack, out of scarcity, and out of needing to people please or seek validation. Period. All right, so my second niche is sex positivity. Now, I know some of y'all are like, sex positivity, what the fuck? So let me explain. The reason I chose sex positivity as one of my niches is because one thing that people will realize about me is that I'm probably one of the most judged, like, non-judgmental people in the world. So no matter what walk of life you come from, what background you may come from, what your sexual orientation is, I will not judge, because I have been judged. I have been falsely labeled, falsely, you know, people have made assumptions about me that are not even true. Like, and on top of the fact, a lot of my sexual experiences, unfortunately, have been rooted in trauma, which are other video topics I will touch on. But I am a survivor of sexual assault and abuse. You know, I've had certain situations happen to me in childhood as well as in adulthood. And on top of the fact, I am also a queer bisexual woman. Now, the reason I claim the term bisexual or queer is because bisexual is the one that fits, I guess, the most, but I don't really label myself anymore because it was too fucking hard to label myself. Like, I feel like I don't really feel the need to label myself because I love who I love, and a body part doesn't, you know, define how I love or who I love. It's about the soul attached to that person. So whether that person has a phallus or a yoni, if I love you, I love you. If I'm down for you, I'm down for you. If I'm loyal to you, I'm loyal to you, period. So it's about me not only healing from my sexual trauma, but also showing other people that you can do the same, and you can still love God and embrace yourself as a sexual being. Just because you embrace yourself as a sexual being doesn't mean that you're having sex with every fucking body. And that's the shit that would get on my nerves, is because I express myself sexually through my art, you know, through dance, you know, and I'm a very sexual person. People automatically assume because you are a sexual person and you are not afraid to talk about sex or express sexuality that you are fucking everybody. And that's not the truth. That's not the case. Because if people actually knew my story, they would know that I go through periods of celibacy. A lot. I'm currently in one right now because I've never been the type to spread myself around. I've never been the type, and that's not to, you know, shame anybody who is free with their sexuality and more free with their body than me. For me, I'm an empath. I feel energy very deeply, and I'm very, very mindful about who I lay with, because sexually transmitted diseases are one thing, but sexually transmitted demons are something that people don't really talk about. And I have definitely laid with partners who I got up, and after I got up from laying with them in a sexual way, I felt energetically shifted in a negative way. I don't want to take on anybody else's demons, anybody else's burdens or insecurities anymore. So I was always, very to myself. I never was really, mixy or, promiscuous or anything like that. But I would end up with people who, took advantage of my genuine heart. And it's my damn Venus being in Scorpio. I'm very loyal to a fault. Even to people who don't deserve my loyalty. And I had to learn from the hard way to not do that to myself. So, like, even to the point when I was younger, I wanted a damn purity ring. And I wasn't even, like, yes, I came from a God-fearing family, but we weren't religious to the point where that was something that was forced on me. It was something that I wanted for myself. Hell, I wanted to wait till marriage because I didn't feel the need to share my body with anybody that I didn't see, like, being with. And like I said, it's not to shame nobody who can, detach emotionally from sex. I can't. But kudos to people who can. I used to envy people who could because, like, child, I tried to have a whole phase. It didn't work. So, yeah, these are the reasons why I want to express sex positivity, whether it's talking about, sexual things, talking about sexuality as far as your sexual preference, expressing it through art, like through my music, through my poetry. That is why I chose sex positivity as one of my niches, because instead of feeling shame and trauma about things I couldn't control, I'm going to, utilize sex as the art form that I see it as. Period. One thing I've learned about the wet lick, honey, there's no such thing as too much gel. But anyhow, so we're going to go in with the third niche, and that niche is spiritual awareness. Obviously, because not only am I a believer in the Most High, Source, God, Universe, Goddess, whatever you consider, Spirit to be, or call by name, because Spirit has many names. Yahweh, Allah, Universe, Source, whatever you consider the higher source of the Most High that's running this whole show. That's who I pray to. That is who, is the head of my life. That is who has given me the gifts that I have, and I am thankful and grateful for everything that God has done for me and still does. But another reason why I chose spiritual awareness is because a lot of people get caught up in religion and always are trying to tell people how they should worship or how they should pray to God or how they should connect with God. And I am one that is definitely for freedom of choice. Yes, I am pro-choice. So don't get in the comments and argue with me. That's how I feel. And I feel like not just pro-choice for women, but pro-choice in general, meaning no matter what religion you believe in or what resonates with you, whether you believe in, Catholicism, whether you are, AME, Kojic, whether you are, these are African Methodist Episcopal. I hope I said it right because my best friend's AME. So correct me if I'm wrong. But Kojic is Church of God in Christ, apostolic, whether you are Muslim, whether you are a Buddhist, whatever, whether it's, tarot, whether it's, divination in that type of way, whatever it is that you do, to connect with God, to ground yourself, to look for comfort and direction, that is your business. That is your prerogative. If you would rather go to a church than, meditate, then do so. If you do both. If you go to church, you listen to, spiritual leaders as well as, meditate. For me, my background is Baptist Christian. So that is where I got my foundation. That is where I found God. That is where God found me, actually, because my parents didn't force religion on us. Because they were forced, to be in church all the time, being on the usher board, singing on the choir, and things like that. So they didn't want to force that on us. Me and my twin and my big brother in heaven, love you, bro, decided at he was 14, we were 13. We decided ourselves that we wanted to get baptized and dedicate our lives to God. So we've always been believers in God. And it wasn't until my brother passed away last year, that's when I really got reintroduced to tarot. Because honestly, I was always into astrology. When I was in high school, because, I was into, the love horoscopes and shit like that. As a teenager, we all wanted to find, a love or like a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever. So that is why I really got into tarot, was that and to read my daily horoscopes and things like that. That was before I even knew what a natal chart was, before I knew what tarot really was. Of course, you see things on television and they make it, like taboo and scary, but when you really learn what the shit is and what the cards mean, like everything starts to align and starts to make sense. So yes, I connect with God through prayer. I connect with God through meditation, through, taking spiritual baths or power showers, through working out, through listening to different spiritual leaders that I connect with, like Sarah Jakes Roberts is somebody that I look to a lot for guidance, because she is so relatable and so down to earth and is such an anointed woman at the same time, because she had a lot of pressure on her, and despite her, quote unquote sins, she is still used by God. And that's one of the reasons why I am thankful for the gifts that God has given me, because despite what people may consider not to be godly, like I'm clearly, don't have the cleanest mouth. I kind of have a potty mouth. I'm queer. There's several things that people could say about me that, they could claim that I need to repent and things of that nature. But God still uses me as a vessel and as a divine channel to help give people direction, to living their most fulfilled and grounded lives. So if God can use me, God can use anybody. And just because I may use tarot cards to connect with God doesn't make me less worthy, and doesn't make me less blessed or highly favored or connected to God as any Christian, any Muslim, etc., etc. Okay, y'all, so this is how things are currently looking. Okay, so I decided to do a side part this time because I've never done one. And I'm excited for the final look. I'm going to pop back in, to end the video after I'm all the way glammed out. I'm going to do my edges off camera so I can really focus, because, got to make sure the edges is popping. But I'm going to do my edges off camera. Then I'm going to tie a scarf around my hair to set it while, it dries, because hopefully by dinner time this shit dries. But we'll see. So, BRB. Hopefully these edges come out right, y'all. All right, you guys. So this is my final look. And I think it came out pretty bomb, if I do say so myself. So I didn't get a chance to get back on to close out the video. So I just decided to show this video that I took after dinner, as well as post some pictures from dinner of my final look. I honestly like the side part. I've never done one, and I'm really proud of myself because it came out better than I expected. And I appreciate you all who made it to the end of this video. You are truly Soul Tribe. Shout out to Yoni got his gang. Let's run it up. Let's get these subscribers. Make sure you like, comment, and hit that subscribe button. Turn on your post notifications for when I upload weekly. And stay tuned for the different ideas. I cannot wait to just create with you all and go on this journey with you all. And I hope that we all grow and expand and prosper. So let's get it. It's 2022. New moon in Capricorn coming tomorrow. And it's the time to set new intentions. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace.